idea maker, idea creator, as innovators, please come forward, become an influencer. ஒன்ன சுத்தி இருக்கிறவங்களுக்கு ஒரு உதாரணமா நீ இரு. நான் இருக்கணும்னு நினைக்காத. ஓகே? Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. சீக்கிரத்துல முடிச்சிட்டு நீங்க சீக்கிரம் போய் சாப்பிடலாம். Come forward. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words and motivating words to our young girls. Yes, big round of applause for ma'am. So, felicitation program, I request Dr. Sharmila Nagarajan to felicitate our chief guest, Professor Dr. Ravi Kumar sir, Registrar Anna University. Ma'am, sir.
Ma'am? Thank you.
Next, I would request Dr. Sharma Nagarajan ma'am to give the memento and shawl to our chief guest, Mr. Mohan Raj, Head Manager, Oreo Trading Software Solutions Private Limited.
Okay. Thank you.
Next, I request Dr. Sharma Nagarajan ma'am to give a memento and shawl to our Vice Principal Admin sir.
Sir?
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Now I request our department head and vice principal to felicitate our guest of honor and chief guest for the session today. So I request the team to kindly give the shawl and a plant.
Thank you. Sir, look here, sir. Sir. Thank you.
Next, I request head of the department MBA ma'am to give the plant and a shawl for Dr. Sharmila Nagarajan ma'am.
Thank you.
I request Sai Puri ma'am to felicitate our guest of honor, Mr. Mohan Raj, Managing Director, Oreo Trading Software Solutions Private Limited, with a plant and a shawl.
Ma'am?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
I'm honored for giving me this opportunity to welcome our honorable chief guest, Dr. G. Ravi Kumar, the Registrar of Anna University. He has been associated with the university for several years, serving in various academic and administrative roles. He committed to promoting the university's mission of providing quality education and fostering a culture of excellence. We welcome you, sir. And now, I request the honorable chief guest, Dr. G. Ravi Kumar, to address the gathering.
Good afternoon. respected dignitaries, other dais, my dear faculty colleagues, dear student friends. First, let me convey my extremely sorry that the inauguration got delayed, almost impacting your lunchtime, mainly because of one of my VIP appointments, which came at the last minute. And I happened to be there, and I came here very much late, I can say. So my advance Women's Day wishes. You might be knowing, though the International Women's Day is celebrated on 8th March, but the preparatory events are literally going on in every one of our different sections of the society, in every one of our education institutions, almost right after the Pongal. Because though we have been conducting a lot of small competitions for our girl students, women faculty, and ultimately having the final event around the 8th, I can say. Mainly because though the Women's Day falls on 8th, we may not be able to get the women celebrities as chief guests on 8th itself, because there are quite a few, I can say, for our great large society. So because of them, we used to celebrate the Women's Day not only on 8th, anywhere between 5th to 15th, depending upon the availability of the celebrities. And the events used to be right from February 1st week or even the January last week in every one of our institutions. So I hope you will also be conducting a lot of events culminating on March 8th. So almost 1.5 to 2 months. It's nice that we have the women participation in a very large way in the recent decades. Nowadays, you will be knowing in every of our education institutions, in every class, the girls' strength have exceeded 50%, and in some of our branches, it may be 80 or 90 branches, 90% in branches like ECE, IT, and computer science. So it's a great development. Even among the graduates, we were creating only a few thousand graduates in every one of our institutions. Maybe a small statistics I used to mention in many of our meetings. Maybe 30 years back or 40 years back, the entire Tamil Nadu state was creating only 3,000 to 4,000 engineers in total. Whereas within these 30-40 years, now we have almost 530 engineering colleges throughout Tamil Nadu state, all under one roof. That is Anna University. And you would not have heard that Anna University have issued 3.65 lakh degrees during the last convocation on July 22. Maybe usually we are giving only 1.5 to 2 lakh engineering degrees every year for the past 10-15 years. But this year, due to Corona, there are a large number of degree holders who passed out, which is 3.65 lakh degrees in July 22 alone. So these statistics may give you some idea in the sense that when you create only a few thousand engineers per year, whereas now in the recent decade, we start creating lakhs and lakhs of engineers. If every one of you wants to go for a job, so when that was the case even 30 years back, now when we produce lakhs and lakhs of graduates, what will be the placement opportunities for every one of you? And especially go out and aspiring for a job, unless otherwise somebody creates a job, it may not be given to you. You may not be able to get the job unless otherwise it is created by somebody, either by the government or by the private entities. And I give you some idea about the innovation in education. There are several innovations, and one such is the Department of IT. Okay. In fact, the Department of Computer Science was created only in 82. For the first batch of computer science was started in Kent Engineering College only during 82. 82-86 was the first batch of computer science. But as you know, during 2000 there was a large increase in requirement for the computer science graduates, that Y2K problem, during which again some of you might have gone, many of you would not have gone by the time that Y2K problem in 2000. And after that, there was a great increase in demand for the computer science branch students. And that led to the innovation of Department of IT, which is almost similar to computer science. But that word BTech IT was coined, I can say a small innovation, mainly to increase the strength of the computer science classes and batches. That was around 2010, I suppose, 10 or 5 to 10. But you don't know the recent innovation for the past 2-3 years, that after the computer science and IT branches. So what's innovation now? All is BTech in artificial intelligence, data science, cyber security, machine learning, etc., etc. But this is a very sudden explosion. There is a very great demand for all these latter branches. And again, you might be knowing it is only a small innovation. They are nothing but the BE computer science, except that you study a few subjects during the third and final year. On these special subjects, you don't study it even as a computer science along with electives in all these branches. But this is a small innovation that we name the branches itself as all this BTech, AI, data science, all these things. But in the recent years, that is 2 to 3 years, most of the colleges in Tamil Nadu have opted for these new branches, increasing the number of graduates or number of students in these branches. Probably, I see, maybe in another 2 to 3 years when all your AI cyber security students are coming out, though there is a lot of demand, but the graduates may be yet excess. Because when you start a new branch in almost every college throughout a state, the total number of graduates increases suddenly, and though there is increase in requirement, but compared to the number of graduates coming out, I predict there may be an excess of graduates coming out of all these new branches compared to the job availability in all these new avenues, new departments. So in that sense, what will happen? So the number of graduates coming out of all these AI, data science and cyber security students, the job creation by the existing companies or the increased job requirement by the existing companies may be less. That means all these new branch graduates may not be able to get a job after 3 years or 4 years or 2 years. So the only solution for all these things is, instead of all of you looking for a job in the new area, at least some of you can think of having your own startup, creating jobs on your own and creating jobs for somebody around you. Only then all of you will be able to settle in your career in a proper way. That is, some of you or many of you may be able to get a job from companies, and at least some of you will become entrepreneurs in the new areas, creating jobs for somebody around you, so that the society is sustainable. So that's a great message I would like to tell you now, that all these new branches have a very good future, but all of you may not be able to get a job immediately after your graduation. So I only request or appeal to you that at least some of you to create some startup ideas now, nurture it through the programs like what you are creating today, so that all of you will be settling in your career properly at a future date. So in that sense, today's program is assuming significance. So I appreciate the faculty and management of Eastern Engineering College and the team of Ms. Sharmila, the MD of Welly Ventures, to create this program. And for becoming entrepreneurs, there are 3 basic stages. The stage 1 is creating awareness among all of you. Awareness of the need for entrepreneurs. Awareness of the students in becoming an entrepreneur. That is what is happening today, as well as you have attended a few programs earlier, and there may be some programs in the near future. That some of you, it is better that some of you will become or should become entrepreneurs. it is essential that some of you should become entrepreneurs so that all of you will be settling beautifully in your career. This is level 1. Level 2, what I say, out of all these students, out of all of you, some of you who aspire to become entrepreneurs, which may not be more than 10 or 20% among you, they come to the stage 2, where you attend short-term training programs to learn further, or some of you will attend or join competitions so that your entrepreneurship or startup interest is being nurtured and improved to go to level 3. So level 2, you attend few competitions to showcase your aspiring entrepreneurship startups, get it succeeded, or some of you can attend the small training programs to improve your entrepreneurial skills. This is level 2. Then once you are succeeding, out of this 20% again, 20% of the 20% will go to level 3 with a successful startup idea. That's what we are aiming at in today's function. Out of, I think, your coordinator, Mrs. Sai Kumari was mentioning there are around 90 startups registered in ISRE. And we are going to select only few out of this. And we are conducting such events in many of the engineering colleges throughout the state, selecting at least 10 successful startups in each one of our institutions and going to the next levels. So those are the successful startups will go to level 3, in the sense that is what is called as incubation. We have incubators in many of your institutions. We have incubators outside of the educational campuses. We have incubators in Anna University, going to be supported by many companies, including the early ventures. The incubator, incubator offers probably the office space free of cost to nurture your company. Then you will be given some seed funding to develop your company. Then thirdly, support. It may be business mentoring or technical mentoring. So this is the last stage of incubation. So through these 3 stages, we are trying to make your aspiration of having a startup idea, aspiration of becoming an entrepreneur, so that we support in every stage, we train you, we give you some seed funding, we give you some office space for developing you, we give you some mentoring, making your startup idea as a successful business enterprise. That's the whole idea of all these programs. So I only wish so that the students who have the pitching even today to become successful, go to next levels, become successful enterprise, create jobs for you as well as this thing, create better comfort. So the entrepreneurship is not only job creation. Through this innovation idea, you create more comfort to the society, developing yourself, developing the society, developing as a whole. So ultimately, we are aiming at a sustainable and more comfortable life for every one of us in the near future. So the Anna University is committed to all your development, and I appreciate the contribution from every one of your college managements as well as the private entities like Valley Ventures in the growth of every one of you. So thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for captivating us with your words of wisdom. I am honored and extremely delighted to welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Mohan Raj Nadimuthu. We welcome you, sir. Who is the MD of Oreo Trading Software Solutions Private Limited, among 5 other UK-based companies. 2 of them are IT companies, RDML Group. 3 of them are Real Estate and Properties Private Limited companies, MORD Groups, and India-based Training Software Private Limited companies. He is doing business in UK in the field of IT, investments, e-commerce, telecommunication, and real estate sectors. Now, I invite Mr. Mohan Raj to address the gathering.
Hey, super. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sir, first of all, thanks to everyone. நாங்களாம் படிச்சு வந்தப்ப எங்களுக்கு இந்த பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் கிடையாது. ஓகே, ஸோ லுக் அட் இட். எங்கள் பேக்ரவுண்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சென்னையிலேருந்து ஒரு 8 hours ஒரு ரிமோட் வில்லேஜ் ஒரு ப்ராப்பர் அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் ஃபார்மர் ஃபேமிலி. படித்ததெல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கவர்மெண்ட் ஸ்கூல்ஸ், ஒரு தொடக்கப்பள்ளி, நடுநிலைப்பள்ளி கேள்விப்பட்டீங்களா தெரியல. ஓகே, இன்ஜினியரிங் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு ஆர்டினரி காலேஜில் கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் பேக்ரவுண்ட். பாஸ்ட் அவுட் வெளில வந்து 2000 ஒயிட்டுக்கு அப்புறம் நோ ஜாப். இதுக்கு ஒரு 20 years later இப்போ தான் ப்ரொஃபைல் கேட்டீங்க. 5 இன்டர்நேஷனல் கம்பெனிஸுக்கு டைரக்டர்ஸ், ஃபவுண்டர் அண்ட் சிஇஓஸ், including 2 IT companies, 3 property companies. In India, recently, last 6 months, I opened new office. So, only trading software solution. So, creating investment tools for the trading sectors, stock markets, currency market, commodities. Again, my edukka solla varana, neenga endha school la padicheenga, endha family background vareenga, does not matter. I would say in the generation and the product of Dell and so on. You know what is Dell? D-E-L-L. They have to be doctor, engineer, lawyer, or loser. At least we're happy to see in the current generation they have so much space to grow. What do you want to do? Thank you, madam. You should be so blessed generation. England career, engineer, that's it. Engineer, that's it. Okay, let's talk about success. Let's have two-way communication. Ungoda definition la what is success? Success இந்த கேள்வி போயிட்டு ஒரு ஸ்கூல் படிக்கிற பையன்கிட்ட கேட்டு என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க? நல்லா படிக்கணும், 10th நல்ல மார்க் வாங்கணும். எதுக்காக? அப்பதான் 11th 12th